Donald Trump stormed the Capitol to let us know that everything's going great. We have no problems at all. And if we do, they're Joe Biden's fault. I wonder how many years he's going to squeeze out of that excuse, huh? Basically, Trump's message to America, if you didn't see it last night, was if you are struggling financially, you're trying to support your family, to put food on the table, if you're having a hard time, you're wrong. You're actually very rich, and let's stop talking about it, okay? 4 days.
The room felt relaxed at first. The band was playing, the audience was smiling, just another late-night monologue rolling along in a country that had slowly learned to treat political chaos like background noise. Then, Jimmy Kimmel walked to the desk, looked straight into the camera, and said, well, the No Kings crowds were out in full force, which is a little awkward when one guy has been acting like the Burger King of permanent grievance. The audience laughed. Then Kimmel added, and if you listen closely, you can almost hear one very angry man.
He should change the hats to say, Make America Wine Again, Mawa, because when you think of all the people I regularly make fun of, it's a lot of people. The only two who've tried to stop me are Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who actually called the cops on me.
Kimmel said, the funniest thing about power in America is how desperately it insists it isn't power. It's always freedom, always patriotism, always strength, never ego, never insecurity, never a man standing in front of cameras selling a gold-plated self-image while everything behind him is on fire. He explained that Trump loves acting like a king while pretending to be the victim. He adores the throne, despises accountability, and completely...
No idea what you're going to, but I don't think we should waste our time. This is a low IQ person who I can't even believe is a congressperson. Between her and Ilman Omar and the group. You know, I met the head of Somalia, did you?
No king. Then Kimmel went deeper. He said Trump lives inside two favorite fantasies. First, that he's the strongest man in every room. Second, that he's secretly the smartest, the stable genius, the unmatched mind, the giant IQ no one else can comprehend. He talks about his brain, Kimmel said, the way teenage boys talk about bench press numbers loudly, constantly, and with zero witnesses. The crowd erupted. Kimmel leaned back and added, at this point, every time he says genius, I want a teacher to walk out and say, show your work. The room detonated, but then the tone darkened. Kimmel said the king routine wasn't just vanity anymore. Not while people were staring down war anxiety, rising costs, and wondering how far the Iran crisis might spread. When the world feels unstable, he said, what you need from a leader is clarity. What you don't need is a man shouting that everything is under control while acting like he's one bad headline away from stapling a crown to the Resolute desk. The laughter came again, but it was tighter now. Kimmel said Trump's real trick is renaming reality faster than people can process it. A setback becomes a win. A warning becomes a gift. A protest becomes fake. A crisis becomes someone else's fault. The king lie works the same way. First, act bigger than the institutions. Then complain the institutions are unfair. Then pose as the only one who can save the country from the chaos you helped create. That's not leadership, Kimmel said. That's medieval LARPing with worse vocabulary. The crowd was fully locked in now. 3. Kimmel tied it all together. The giant boasts about intelligence, the endless victimhood, the obsession with loyalty, the fury whenever the image is challenged, and the fear buried under all the shouting. He said the reason the No King's message landed so hard was simple. It hit the one nerve Trump can never fully hide. He doesn't just want support. He wants submission. He doesn't just want agreement. He wants the room arranged around him like a court, and once people start laughing at the king costume instead of fearing it, the entire act starts wobbling. Then Kimmel delivered the line people repeated all night. Donald Trump doesn't want to prove he's brilliant, he said. He wants to make questioning him feel illegal. The audience exploded. Kimmel let it breathe, then added, that's why every critic is low IQ, every protest is rigged, every bad poll is fake, and every comedian is suddenly a threat to the republic. He brought it back to the moment. This isn't funny because the stakes are small, he said. It's funny because the act is wildly mismatched to reality. Families are worried. Markets are tense. The world feels unstable. And the man at the center of it still sounds like he's running for prom king of a collapsing empire. America doesn't need a king, Kimmel said. It needs an adult, preferably one who doesn't describe himself like a casino billboard during a thunderstorm. The room erupted again, that he closed by staring directly into the camera. The reason the No King's message rattles him isn't because it's unfair, he said. It's because somewhere deep down he knows exactly what part of himself it's aimed at. Kimmel smiled. The reason Trump keeps bragging about being a genius is simple. When the crown starts slipping, the ego starts screaming, the crowd roared one last time. And somewhere far from the studio, a furious man was probably learning television's most dangerous truth. Once the audience stops fearing the king and starts laughing at him, the throne never looks the same again.